Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 17 of coloring Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, where the last time we spent mostly on finishing the boxes and we got to the roses, and so we got quite a lot done. I feel like I might actually have to get back to those roses because that effect that I have right there, I really like that. And over here I kind of feel like I could have done more, but I still have to do that whole thing, so I might have to touch up the green anyways. I have noticed that, in here I'm missing something, because there is these white lines kind of stuff going on. I also noticed that that seems to be floating. I mean, you might not see it, but I do nitpicky. So for this time, I was still kind of debating what I was going to do. Well, not kind of, I was still very much debating it. I'll just see if I can fix and talk at the same time. Oh, I'm nice and shaky. Not sure why that is, but, well, okay. So, the last time I was kind of debating on what I was going to do. Whether or not I was going to get straight into Grumpy or go to the top right of the page. Well, I'm guessing you can already see by the way that the camera is set up that we might not be getting to the top of the page. I'm just going to get these things because those are the kinds of things that I usually say, I'll check them. I like color, and then I'll just leave it for a bit and see if I still want to fiddle with it. So this is me just fiddling with the bits from the last part. I'm going to actually did sort of check how many hours I already have in here, but I mean that's kind of hard to precisely pinpoint, I guess, considering it's a color and chat. So I mean, in some videos I haven't even edited, so the time I spent looking for a pencil, I don't feel like that's time I spent really coloring, because I suppose if I wasn't doing a color in chat, I would probably have more, well, crap lying around. It would be more messy, let's just put it like that. So, that might save time, but it's just, well, for a color in chat, it's just too messy. I mean, right now I also have a few pencils ready to go. Oh my god, the shakiness is just ridiculous. But yeah, I feel like Grumpy is definitely next up. Also notice that the shading is a little bit off. It's not by much, but I feel like I used probably that dark sepia 175, which kind of has a, the point is not ideal, but it's just like I felt like the angle on this shadow was a bit off. I have to say that the lights are working against me right now, so I might have to adjust those. Well, I won't really be working on that area, so it might not be all that bad. I need a better point. I feel like I'm just creating a bit of a mess now. Alright, my point is not really becoming any pointier. Alright. Have I broken my pencil already? As I'm kind of trying to figure out how the shading in that references, but I feel like I should just stop now. There comes a point where you can only make it worse. Yeah, looks good enough. Was there anything else I wanted to fiddle with? Other than maybe the lights? Because, yet that one is not the problem. Then I feel this one might be. Yeah. I mean, that's the struggle. I want the lights to be good enough to color, but all that reflection is just, the difference is just a bit extreme. All right, now like before, I'm gonna go over some colors that I picked for Mr. Grumpy, which I have lying around, sort of. Well, I did kind of go for all of it. I cannot really get that in the screen perfectly, but I'll just start with the beard, and that creates some room. Because actually, I'm going into two colors. So I have the warm gray, the 4. So that'll be that little one. For like that semi-dark part. And I'm pretty sure, why did I get Payne's gray? Well, this was in the wrong spot. This was what I was looking for. This is the number 6. Because for some reason, so I got these two. I always like to keep some room in between. So I feel like, I don't know, I felt like this is, I always do, if there's like follow-up colors, I kind of always skip the one in the middle. But I think that's all of the polys I will be using. So now I'm actually going into my Pablos. Because like with Happy, I felt like it should be a beige in there. The start is always so messy, but I think I went for light beige. And I don't know, I'm not seeing a whole lot of other options here, other than the fact that he has like some yellow in there, which I felt was the light lemon yellow. And alright, let's just go into, I think these are his shoes. I kind of just pre-selected, so I forgot the hat and the face because it's like so pencil-y here right now. But I have brown ochre, which is mostly that list. So that is that one, because there are some darker parts to the shoes. I have the orangish yellow, which is basically just, I felt like this was spot on. I have the ochre, which is that one for I don't know, the more in between part, in between. There I go again. And I grabbed the umber, and that is, I mean, on here it's kind of like a green kind of brown, but I felt like that would really fit for the dark parts. Then for the jacket, do I need that one? I don't need this one for a bit. It's always messy to get started here, but you know, I feel like it's okay to sort of sum it up to start with. The burnt Sienna, which is this one, which was probably going to be for the, these guys got to be his pants, I think. And either way, I picked them. Venetian Red. Yes, those are the pants. I have the chestnut. Oh yeah, these are definitely the pants. And I have cinnamon, which is that one. So that's going to be for just like the lighter areas. And for the jacket, I have, I think, the number 40 reddish orange, because there are like lighter spots. I grabbed the English red, because well, I feel like that is going to be the most part of the jacket. I have the Rosette Sanguine. Alright, that would be, well, I think I picked that mostly for that side pocket and maybe the button, although the button might actually be, we'll see that when we get there. And I have Mahogany, which is in the first tray, which is this one for the darker bits. Now for the hat, I didn't pick anything because I kind of wanted to, well, group them. And now I have a group for beard, jacket, shoes, pants. So I figured I'll just start there and we'll get to the grumpiness later. I do feel like I I do want to get this more in the screen. I feel like it's just better somehow. So I'm just coloring in the screen. We're going to start with that Mahogany 067, which is a bit of a, it's a very darkish kind of red, brownish, I don't know. But I felt like that would make a good base. He doesn't even have the button. Where does his button go? Alright, so he has like a line going up here. And then there's a button. He just forgot his button. No wonder he's grumpy. Did they get the pocket? They didn't get the pocket. There's a lot of drawing things in, apparently. Gotta be careful not to do too much. I feel like the pocket could be over there. Alright, so then there's that sort of dark. I mean, I'm already kind of wondering if it's dark enough, but happy might be too bright as well. So it's so easy to think that, you know, it's like orange, and because I thought that with him too, and it's not exactly orange. I feel like I need a darker color for this though. Probably thinking something in the browns just to create some shadow, some extra shadow. But yeah, I feel like that was the messiest start I ever had. Alright, so he has a little patch going right here. Again, this is, I feel like this might be the page with the most drawing. Now that is, of course, a choice. Alright, so the belt kind of just stops as well. We'll just fiddle that in. Kind of goes that way. Didn't get any colors for the belt either, but you know, I kind of just selected colors so that get started. And I did say that we were going to do that top right, but I don't know. I think I've been talking about coloring grumpy for such a long time that, you know, I feel like he became even more grumpy just waiting for me to color him. Alright, so then he has very dark spots, I think. I'm just gonna have to figure out if that's, well, I feel like burnt sienna might work. Or we're just gonna go into my personal favorite. I should just kind of deviate from that. I could do that. But I feel like I need something that can match the red, which I do feel might be the Van Dyke brown. So we're just gonna do the line right here. Now that could be even darker. But for the shading, I don't want to go this dark. This is charcoal. I'll just go for that charcoal. So you might as well just grab a black or something. And back to shading. Because there's like a little shadow coming off that, and his hand, and yeah, I mean, I could get that reference more in there, but I feel like I actually move the camera again, so I'm a bit closer to it. So I feel like if I do try to get everything in there at once, then it's just not going to work. But I do feel like this area is sort of small enough. And you can, even if you have the book, then you definitely know what I'm looking at right now, because there's just not a lot of ways that can go. Now for the patch that he has right there, and you can't see what I'm doing now exactly, but I feel like that's that 065. This is English Red. Right, because actually the 065 is lighter but looks darker. I made that mistake before. It's really, really, really weird. But it's not chaotic, then you might feel lost. You might feel like you're at the wrong place. Meanwhile, I think I have very loud neighbors. No idea if that's gonna like show up on the camera or well on the mic really. All right, I'm gonna grab that light ochre where I just piled all my pencils. So that'll be the 032. Now, I usually start a bit messy, but even though I have been like sort of editing, I've also been catching up on my Netflix. Let's just be honest, we gotta do that too every now and then. And the whole making room on my phone thing finally went and did that. All right, now that orange is just over here. Oh, I didn't mention there was always traffic here. Might not all be picking up on the mic, but it's just things I can't really filter out as much. And I guess when I'm coloring, I could just sort of stop. But I want to avoid doing that because it's a bit of a nightmare in editing. I do go off screen for a lot of things. That's a good thing. It can be a bit annoying in editing. Alright, now to that new English red. Alright, so I do feel so confused. But I got it now. There's like a little bit of brown going over here as well. I mean, this sleeve is not exactly the same. And again, I don't want to be blacking out too many lines, so I guess I'll just have to get a little bit creative here. Which is okay. Into, I think that mahogany. Might as well just see if we can get it the right colors as fast as possible. Just a little bit more pressure. Just see what that does. Because I feel like they are dwarfs, so you want to make them bright colors, but I actually spent some time looking at that reference, and he is not that bright. Color-wise, I mean, his mood is not too happy. Alright, so this has got to be that, yes, that rosette. I'll just call it that. And leave you all confused. Alright, I did grab that light ochre. Because these are like, wow, sort of light spots. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go over this with a Posca or maybe with that pit brush pen thing. We will see, because I feel like I could be more subtle with that. There's a lot of crumble. I feel like these pencils are a bit more crumbly. Is that a word? Let's just get a little bit lighter orange in there. Because this is like really a light spot on his jacket. This has got to be that lighter one, right? Yes. See, I'm learning. About time. Also, quickly checked if I even plugged in the mic and my charger. That's the fun of editing. You kind of bump into those things. Although the mic thing was actually in the previous one. So that is still very fresh on my mind. I feel like this is sort of okay-ish. And the light is very reflective, but I mean, in reference, it's sort of similar, sort of. Alright, now we have that English Red, which we're just gonna use for the most part over here. I'm not sure if I want to go darker over here. I probably do. This probably means I'm gonna need that mahogany over here. And for some reason I decided I was gonna do this with the Pablos. I might have dissolution in my polys, because in red it's good. But I'll just find something. Yeah, that is that mahogany. Or maybe even that Bordeaux red, but I mean this one has like, yeah, that's basically what I'm in right now. But that dark red might actually save the day. Will it? Won't it? Yes. That is that dark red, which I can't really use in my new pencil sharpener, so I would need the old-fashioned handheld, but it's just to give it a little bit of a dark red glow. This thing kind of sings. That's interesting. Yeah, so I'm going to do that over here too, just adding that splash of red, because his coat is different from his. So I feel like I should make that clear. So if I just kind of start with that red, and I do know that this is rather, well, let's call it potent. So it will definitely affect whatever goes over it. But you are just so tempted to think of his jacket as orange, but it really isn't. I mean, I did pick up orange, but that's like only for those highlights. So these pages are deceptive. Alright, I'll just put that to the side and go back into that mahogany. Just circle that for a bit, because he does have that button. I'll just go around that with black, I think. That actually isn't all that off from the reference, because it actually casts a bit of a shadow. Makes it easier to not make it fade away, I guess. Normally I don't use black much for shadow work, unless it's really, really light, but I feel like I'm in need of it right here. I have to put that in the colors I used. Wow, I'm just very random at grabbing colors. It's grabbing. Wow. I don't know what kind of day I had, but I should not do that again. Oh well, as long as the coloring is still going the right way, should be good. I might be going a bit too red on everything here, but I don't know. I feel like it's okay. The lights are just, yeah, just gotta move that light a bit. Well, for the camera, it's off of him. For me, it's actually all over him right now. So it's a constant battle. Constant battle of the light positions. No fun, no fun, no fun. Alright, so this needs to be a bit darker. Alright, so this is the English Red. It's just so confusing that that one has a lighter barrel than that one. I mean, it really does. I mean, you'd think that this is the darker one, but it just isn't. I mean, at this rate, I'm never gonna get anything done if I keep grabbing the wrong one because the barrel was off. But I mean, I did sort of, I mean, I wanted to color Grumpy at some point. Gotta do a dwarf every now and then. And we only have 4, but it is what this page is really sort of about. That's why I picked it. Like, hey, dwarfs. And then we can do that top right at another moment. Actually, I think, like I mentioned, doing Grumpy, doing the top right, doing the steps. In the end, I'm pretty sure I wasn't really sure of what I was going to color. The thing I was sure of is that I wasn't sure of it. I might actually have to grab that light one in a bit, because I feel like it's too red right now, but I'll make it work. I usually do. It's like a lot of worrying about nothing. Back into that Van Dyke brown, because we kind of need a darker patch over here. I do hope that the rest of the pages with the line work are just a little bit better, because I feel like this one is very off, which is it's okay for once, but I'm kind of hoping that other pages have that less, or in less annoying ways. So this is actually that rosette. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. I'm not sure. I'm just here to mispronounce things. Though I do have to say that the phthalo blue, I have just been editing that. I was having too much fun with that. Really too much fun, because the spelling is just weird. Considering you just pronounce it as if it is like a normal F. Just a F. Just nothing fancy, just a F. Yet they went PHTH, I think. It's like, what kind of spelling is that? I guess that is from back in the day when drinking was still very acceptable or something. I could say it sounds like a cat kind of crawled over the keyboard, but well, that can't be it. Alright, I feel like his jacket is actually starting to look okay. Not making him any less grumpy, but I guess I'll just have to deal with that. We can't all be happy customers. I actually had to Google that. It's ridiculous. I didn't know my dwarfs. Although I could guess that one. Alright. Now I feel like his jacket is already sort of, it's maybe too bright or something, but I don't hate it. And that little dark patch, still in that brown. Just like just patchiness going on. And there's some shadowy bits, shady part. Yeah, let's just go over that lightly, because his jacket is not a fun color. You know, it's like orange, but it isn't the kind of orange like he just went into a mine. So can't make it too much fun. It has to be a little bit of a dirty orange, I guess. Which I feel I can do, but just going lightly over this with the brown. And again, I'm not really looking for that perfect match. I mean, that would have been wonderful, but I can't get the perfect match on the entire thing, so still trying to color the individual parts as good as I can. Might not mean I'll actually succeed. Alright, I feel like this is, yeah, that is about it, isn't it? Can I bring it up like that and put it next to each other? Yeah, that's just not really successful. I feel like I should probably do that belt too. I feel like that's this kind of yellow as well. And then I feel like there's something else going on in there, which is a bit of an orangey thing, which is probably going to be a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. And the belt itself, I might just get that charcoal for like the very dark bits. My pencil sharpener just decided to eat the pencil, so it's a bit shorter than I probably just had, but you know, these things do happen, apparently. I'm not sure if it's the pencil or the sharpener, so I just gave that a quick clean. And of course I kept recording, so well, I guess in editing I can just tell myself. Well, not like I'm going to see it now, but I guess I will find out how much time that actually cost. That's kind of what I mentioned earlier too, you know, like I have been looking at how long I have been coloring. I mean, the ones on YouTube, clearly, they don't have all that nonsense in there anymore, but I still have some unedited ones. Alright, so that was the charcoal. I'm now going into the, well, the sepia. And, well, this one doesn't get mauled by my sharpener, so I think I can blame the charcoal gray. I mean, it is centered, so that's not the problem. It could just be that, I don't know, I may have dropped it, or, you know, or you just been more rude, or, I don't know, maybe I have been careless with the pencil here and there. Or maybe when you think you put a pencil down gently, maybe it's not as gently as you thought, or I don't know. I mean, to me it's a thing, because it just cost me a buttload of time. But, you know, for you, I'm just going to cut that out. So, you are lucky. Alright. I do feel the jacket is done, which is kind of what I was going for, right? I was going for the belt. Yes, it already is giving me, my phone was already like, we need more storage. It's actually only smudgies. I feel like they are a bit too smudgy. I'm not sure if this is going to affect the paper, but there's just too much smudginess. So I feel like I can maybe remove a little bit of that. That'll be great. And this is still that eraser we used before. Alright, so we didn't have anything for the hands yet. We were going into the pans, which I think I selected 4 colors for everything. Just gonna grab 4. I have the cinnamon, yes, I do remember naming that for something. Chestnut, Venetian, and burnt sienna. Yes, sounds about right. There's some very dark bits in there, though. I don't want to go too dark. I'm afraid to get my charcoal out now. It would be ideal. Ivory would be as well. So I'm just gonna create that very dark. I mean, I might actually go lighter than that reference. I'm just gonna start adding that shading, and I did pick up an umber, so, but I mean, in the reference it's just like a little bit at the top, that is bright yellow. So I think that this bit at the front I can definitely just go dark. There is whatever going on outside. Not sure that on the mic is picking that up. Nice if I could just see that. So over here, I'm just going to go a little bit darker over here. This seems to be a place where I mostly will be using that umber. So I will be putting that sort of black in there. Just carelessly putting in the black. Because there are definitely some dark spots in his shoes. Now again, I would put that reference in, but I just noticed that it kind of looks weird to have it like this. I guess, that is like that sad part that it is not live. Alright, so there's like a line going. It's not going all the way to the end, so I'm just gonna sort of put it over there. And it looks liney. And then kind of creates a bit of a something. Wow, glad I could clarify that. Alright, so we have some sort of dark patch over here as well. And then the other shoe is not all that visible, but I do feel like there's a bit of a dark spot over here, and it doesn't really matter because I will be definitely be getting a Posca for that by the time I get there. So now if I do go a little too far in, it's very much okay. I mean, it looks like he has weird feet here anyways, but we'll camouflage that. And keeping the timer sort of acceptable. That is not a sentence, Dodo. But, kind of making sure that I don't spend too much time on the coloring. I feel like it's going to be a bit harder than normal, considering I just spent, I don't know how long fixing a sharpener. I could do that, like, off screen, or just stop the recording, but, I mean, in the end, the viewer is not really going to notice. Alright, so that's that for that one. I have too many colors lying around, but I'm not sure if I'm done with that jacket color. So, alright, the darkest one. What is this? Burnt sienna. Yes, that has to be a dark one. And this is not the paper I need. I have this and I have... Right, this is the one. The burnt sienna, yeah, that is definitely... That's gonna be it, right? Did I just mention that I picked up an umber? That was for the pants. Well, I could use it here. I'll just see what I can do with this. I'll just go over that. Yeah, that does create the right kind of vibe. Because I didn't want it to be black, but I do feel like, again, I might need something else. That umber, I definitely grabbed the umber for the shoes. See, it must have been like just a misunderstanding between that one particular pencil. Could just be like a little break in the core. I don't know. I mean, I had issues with my rotary sharpener too, but that one actually did it with every other pencil I put in there. I noticed that it was like eating one, try another, started to kind of, yeah, it seemed off alignment, so it kind of sharpened all the pencils, like the pencils actually had their core not centered, but well, then I must have gotten a very crappy box of Pablo's, so I kind of checked them and concluded that it was this sharpener's problem. It just wasn't grabbing the pencils like straight, and kind of, because it has these 3 rubber thingies, and maybe because of the shape, I don't know. But either way, it was the sharpener, not the pencils, which I'm glad about, because the pencils were more expensive than the sharpener. Although you could get the cut and dash sharpener, but I mean, it looks great, and if you really don't know what you spend your money on, you should definitely get that. But I'm not sure, because over here it's like 130 euros. What? Does it do the dishes as well? Because if not, then I'm not impressed. I think I'm more of a fan of just like cheap throwaway kind of sharpeners. I mean, maybe not too cheap, because I do actually have a few very cheap ones that are just designed to destroy, really. Alright. I do feel like, yeah, that line is sort of where it should be, I think. I'm not sure, because the lines are kind of off, but there's a little rock, and I can see that like in the reference as well, so there's actually like a line going over there, but I don't have that here. Again, you know, the line work, I'm okay with it not being a complete copy, like 1-in-1, but yeah, I do feel like they could have done a better job here and there. And this one's kind of like someone just thought, oh, I'm done. I don't get paid enough for so many lines. I draw the line here. Or however that went. So this shoe, I can't really... There seems to be a little bit of a line, random kind of... I'll just put it right there. Alright, now I was going to go into that Sienna chestnut. No, Sienna, because that was... I picked that tonight. It's like I went for I mean, these has got to be the shoes, right? Wait, let me double check. Yeah, so far they're going well, by the way. But I feel like all these yellows are still here, so these have got to be it. So what we used so far, I mean, I do feel like that burned Sienna hasn't really done any harm yet, so I'll just put these away. And these were the 4. So apparently I was going to go do his pants first, but I mean, we saved it. There was nothing gone wrong yet. I do need cinnamon. I feel like I do need cinnamon. Is this ochre? Ochre. I feel like that cinnamon is over there though, so I get the confusion. See, normally I just kind of pick something to color and color that and then put the pencils away, and for this one I thought I'll just make a head start and select all the pencils and just put them on the desk. So alright, note to self, and next time do not do that again. Maybe I just overdid it on the prep work this time. Although I do feel like that burnt sienna would actually work. So far, because at the bottom I just feel, I mean, if you have the reference, you can sort of check it yourself. I do feel like maybe I want to get that reference in the screen, but again, I'm already kind of in weird angles again, because that camera is a bit in my face. just add this color a little bit everywhere so that I create that unity. Alright, what is this? Chestnut. I was not using chestnut, I was using cinnamon. See? I think I'm sort of remembering what I wanted. Alright, now that brown ochre probably has to go over here. I mean, it doesn't look bad, so I mean, there's chaos, but I'm not just blindly grabbing a group. Grabbing. I'm not just blindly going for a group of pencils and just go into the paper like, I think it's that one. I do usually double check. And if I don't, then I usually quickly discover like, oh no, this is not what I wanted. Yeah, I should just focus more. I don't know what's gotten me distracted this time, but something does. Alright, ochre, which is that one? Yes, I do feel like we should start adding yellow, because right now his shoes just look so off. Huh. Magic point return thingy. So that was a bit like the reddish, but if I just go over that with this, then it's kind of gone. Did do another post on Facebook from like what we had to start with. Because, you know, I feel like I'm doing pretty good, but it's just like a quick way to check it. You know, you just share what you have and you get your feedback. Well, I feel like Facebook is, well, the groups that I'm in anyways seem to be a little bit faster with that than YouTube is at the moment. Where that would be the moment I'm coloring, not necessarily the moment you're watching, because I cannot see the future. And I might just find out that doing this was a good idea. Could also very much be finding out that this was a bad idea. Time will tell. I feel like I should keep doing it though. I'm actually having fun. I'm a bit random. A bit, she said, a bit. Alright, that 31 was, I think, the lightest color in it. Well, it's not really. Can I get my yellows? I feel like I need yellows too. This is why I also, my yellows are on here. Wow! Did you, what are you doing? Alright. So, can I get something similar to that 31? Sort of maybe this. Because I need to go a bit lighter than that, paler than that, and I'm just going to see if I can, yes, Naples. Naples. There we are. Because I felt like I was going a bit too dark on everything. So putting that light layer in first might just, oh, make it lighter, really. So that orangish, yeah, yes, that's this one. And then I think we should be almost done with the shoes. Or are they loafers, or can we just call them shoes? They're not boots. I mean, this foot now looks like it sort of exploded or something, but it does do that in the reference as well, so maybe that's why he's grumpy. Someone just dropped some rock on it in the mine, I think. Or maybe he got hit by the cart. I don't know. But his shoes look very shoey now. Yeah, I feel like those shoes actually turned out kind of nice. They look a bit lumpy, so I might have to go in there with a dull kind of gray, brown, sorry. Wow, it's like someone needs coffee. Umber, which I grabbed for that, I think. This is going to be one of those chaotic ones. Then again, I have been editing, so I had to listen to myself. I mean, you're watching this, you know what that's like. I'm a little bit off, I don't know. Maybe I have to say I was all excited to color. And that usually doesn't improve my focus. Alright, dull it down even more with the, I don't know, this. What is this? This is the charcoal gray, and we're just going to use it. Because it's just too red? Well, reddish. There's too much red. It's too reddy. Because this way it kind of looks like, instead of lumps, because that was kind of what I did there, I gave him very lumpy feet. I feel like, oh wow, that is a very more prominent shoe. It's wow. He is wearing shoes, which was kind of course, what I was going for. They should still look like shoes, but okay, he's wearing very vibrant shoes for a grumpy guy. But we'll just see what happens to the color when we add, was it all of this? And then apparently some color that I took away from that, which was, what is this? Is it going to be the cinnamon or the, I don't know, I'm just going to put the cinnamon with that, because I'm pretty sure I grabbed 4 colors. So I say that like it was actually part of a plan. Alright, now the darkest one. Ooh, umber, yes, not the cinnamon, but look at that. Just note to self, next time not so many pencils. There's a little bit of a line, well that line is already kind of there. Alright. I'm all over the place, but he is getting colored. And I'm also kind of have to figure out how much time I sort of spent fixing my sharpener. I feel like that could have been a few minutes. So I guess in the end time it doesn't really matter. Because I mean, I have said it before, I just pick something and I want to complete that. And then maybe go into something else. But whatever that something else might be, that could be like I did with the grass and that, call it a rock face, I think. Just kind of put like some primer on there. Alright, so he has a little bit of a lumpy here. Well, it's just a wrinkle in the pants, I think. His knee should be here-ish. He has knees. Hold on, Grumpy. I'm giving you your knee back. What is this? Burnt Sienna. That's probably going to help me return his knee. Because someone just completely took his knee out. Took part of his belt. It gave him a weird foot. No wonder he's grumpy. I'd be grumpy if someone just took my knee. Pretty sure it wouldn't make me happy. That poor thing. He's just looking at the others like, well, you have everything you wanted. You just took my knee. There you are, holding a lantern. Feeling all complete. Yeah, I would get grumpy too, definitely. Dude, I'm on your side. I really get it. I respect your grumpiness. There's a little weird smudge in him. I can't help it. There just is. He has been besmudged. I feel like this is probably alright. Chestnut. That has to be the lighter one. Yes, it is. And then we also had Venetian Red, which is that light. Yeah, that's got to be the lightest one. And we have cinnamon for no apparent reason. Alright, let's just get that light one, because I don't really need a lot of that. Mostly here. Now, I could have picked one of the colors that I used in his jacket, but I deliberately went for that Venetian because it's just different from what I used in the jacket or coat or well, his top. Wow, this probably shouldn't make this one too long. Am I even seeing any color here, or what is this? Just that. Why does it feel so similar to the burnt sienna? I mean, it should be sort of different. Well, probably because that's a crappy point. And that sharpener that I use now does seem to have a bit of an auto stop. Although, you know, when you come from a long point, it kind of just creates that weird little hook sort of thing. A hook thing. I'm still missing something. Which is probably going to be that cinnamon that I just put away. Wow, I'm just going to do that and not question myself a lot more than I already am. Seems to be yellowish in there, which is, well, I have orangish yellow. I'll just grab that. Is kind of over here. I'll just give that a little light touch. I'll definitely be going over that with a Posca, I think. Although his knee is shiny. Shiny. Badunch. Wow. That's just... I should just stick to coloring for a bit, because this is just nonsense coming out of my mouth. Which might be what you're here for. I don't know, could be. Welcome to the nonsense. Pretty sure have I said anything informative? I'm sort of struggling today. I should definitely just stick to grumpy and just hide. Alright, I feel like I should go lighter, and did I grab the brown ochre? Which is that one, which I feel is kind of, yeah, it is kind of in there. That I pretty much put my mic somewhere in the back of my neck. I'm not sure what that's about, but probably move my shirt at some point. Alright. How does that look? I mean, it's a bit more dark. His pants need to be more grumpy. Or trousers. Tomato. Potato. The stuff that he's wearing on his legs. Don't want to be thinking about, which way should I say it? Just to his leggings. Yeah. Nice save. Because I think leggings are... Is that universal? If not, I'll just claim he's wearing spandex. Could be. Superhero grumpy. Alright, let's just see how that looks if we kind of put that in the shade compared to that. I feel like it could use some additional dark spots, so I'm just going to go to that charcoal because I finally managed to sharpen it. I don't want to use it. We have like some, well, darker lines. This is just to really point out that knee. And I feel that is actually kind of solid. Alright. Now, with all the colors that I have, I'm just going to start cleaning a bit. And look for colors for his hat, which I'm going to try and do on screen while I'm kind of destroying everything in the background. It's like the battlefield here. Yeah, I was really thinking that was going to be very yellow. I probably gave myself a little bit of trouble for editing because I'm kind of all over the place now. Alright, cinnamon. Did I put that away? Probably. Alright, I got like the brown ochre, which I feel is in there, so I'll put that there. This is the 35, which, yeah, I don't feel like, I really don't see that. We are back here. Rosette, yeah, whatever. Whatever, there's some darker red, so I guess we're getting that back as well. Just put everything back, just to re-grab it. And just brown, just normal brown. I feel like this should get me started in again. So, and there's a lot of similar colors from the jacket after all. Alright, beard, because we have those selected, which is probably going to be all wrong as well, but yeah. Just going to start by adding that really light one, which was the 241 light lemon yellow. All kinds of smudginess now. Alright, so that was like a little bit over here. And it should just in here, and sort it in here. The reference his beard is longer. And there's like light bits, but I'll do those later. So this is that really dark one, the 275, because that's the poly. You grab that one and that one. So the 6 and the 4. Because there's like a line going next to that lighter bit we just did. Well, this actually does have to be that darker color. Just not this dark color. But I'm doing this lightly so I can kind of, because there was a dark detail over here. Not this dark, but it might just work out pretty well. And that into that number 4. I have to pay attention to these. I think I would have preferred if they just named them. I mean, on the one hand, it's kind of okay that they numbered them, but I don't know. I feel like for easy grabbing, it's not. That could just be me thing. Me being nitpicky. But, yeah. I kind of am. Alright, let's just go into the side a little bit. It's just a lot of sort of drawing with colored pencils, which I guess shading and everything kind of normally is, but I think it always is sort of coloring, but on this one it's just more obvious that you're drawing with your colored pencils. More obvious than what it would be when you're just coloring a simple kind of leaf. You just go from one shade of green into the other. Alright. So now I'm just going to go for that, what is it, light beige. I feel like I should do these bits like with that dark. Just a little extra emphasis on the line. So that I can then kind of use the lighter one to add some details here and there. Alright, so a little bit of a thingy going on here too. This has more lines, but for now, so because if I just kind of go in there very lightly like this, warm gray, just lightly here and there, I think I could create a bit of a illusion of hair, or well, beard hair, or fur, or what do you even call that? Just hair, I don't know. Facial hair, so it's hair. The things I worry about. It's not the coloring so far. And again, taking forever, but that's like the theme of the book. Take forever. I feel like there's not really another way to color it. Not for me, anyways. I mean, doing the math on my video times kind of added up together. Wow. But on the other hand, the result is there. It's not like I'm just scribbling carelessly. I am rambling carelessly. That I definitely do. I am somewhat mindful of where I do and do not add my colors. Or so she claims. Alright. I feel like I can do something with that beard to just bring it to life. That silver gray is barely visible. Like that L in silver gray. But I do feel going over that with this might actually give it the exact color that I want. Looking at the timer, I feel like, it's really going to be dwarf and not much more. Alright, I feel like his beard is beardy. Now, he has those lighter things, but I feel like I could just Posca them in. I'm going for that ivory again, which is, I just kind of kept the package half on because I have like an old one and a new one, so that I know which is which. And you probably think, why don't you throw the old one away? Because the old one still sort of works. Alright, now on the right side, over there, it has a few lines as well, just lighter. So just draw those in as well. Being mindful of the lines I already created. Alright, so now into the hat. I have a very bright orange, which I feel I grabbed for the top part. I should be able to sort of see. I just feel like there's a lot of nothing going on, and then I think there is a perfect way to do this. Well, maybe with a better camera, I could get things in the screen better. But oh well. Again, I could put the camera a bit higher. That will give my head more room to get in the screen, which is the exact opposite of what I'm kind of going for. Yeah, I love creativity, but just getting my head in the way the whole time, that's the sort of creativity that's just not going to help. Alright, so then either one of these, the rosette, yes, I think, is that almost kind of, do I have a hazel or a, yeah, I'm going to go for the rosette. Yeah, I'm still doing that a little bit off screen, but I don't know, I just feel like it's just more interesting to see more coloring page and less of that more Frozen reference, because it is Frozen. Well, not the Disney kind, it's just there is nothing happening, so I feel like it's not the most interesting thing to get in the screen the whole time. So then probably English Red, because yes, that is the darker one. Did I grab a brown, like a sort of dull brown, because I feel like I need that. Burned, yeah, we'll get that. Because the bits kind of ask for shading. Another little battle with my sharpener. I don't know. I've been dropping it at something. Maybe it doesn't feel loved anymore. I don't know. I'm coloring grumpy, and my sharpener is just thinking, well, that's a good idea. I'm gonna be grumpy too. And once again, I'm distracted because I see like this hand in the corner of my eye, which is my own hand. But you know, somehow it is distracting. Which in a way, I guess it makes sense. Trying to focus, and then all of a sudden you see something moving. As long as I don't try to kill it with fire, should be good. Alright, what's that debatable orange? Because it's not orange, but it is orange. I'll just put that everywhere. I should just... I grabbed the brown ochre because I feel like I really need brown ochre in here. Alright. Brown ochre. We were, yeah, because it makes a lot of that. It's basically a brown ochre kind of hat. Oh, that sounds sober. probably add like a fun kind of yellow to this. I'm not sure why, but I feel like it should end up more like that. So, or orange, I don't know. Maybe flame red, or yeah, maybe I should just go into the oranges for once. So this is the English red. I was gonna go for that rosette thing because his head just needs to be more orangey. I feel. Wait, I just had an epiphany. I feel like maybe there's a green in there. That might explain a bunch. I'm gonna go for olive gray. It's gonna maybe seem extreme, but so I just went for a very creative kind of point because you know I went from long to short. So this might just break. I'm just gonna go light because I feel like there's something off with this orange. So I'm just gonna add some green. That'll definitely make sure there's something off with the orange. Because there just is. It's like not orange. It's not. This might just be the answer. Who knows? We will find out. Did she ruin it or did she improve it? Is this the missing item thingy? Alright, now if I go over that with this. No. Normally I would do the brushy thing, but I feel I should just go straight over there. Why is this so well, red-ish? It shouldn't be. Huh. I mean, really? Yeah, or maybe it should be ochre. I'm just kind of... I have to make it, well, more on the yellow kind of side, because I feel like I'm going overboard. I'm turning it red. See this? Yes! See, it doesn't matter if you pick the wrong color. Just fiddle with it. Do that fiddly thing and you will get there. And now from here, I'll just start adding that dark again. If this makes more sense. Is that the English? Yes. Because I really feel like I need that. The light is not quite helping me at the moment, but well, I'm battling the lights for a while. We will get there. It's a bit noisy outside. Can't really help that. I could probably mute a thing or two in editing. Would make it really silent. So if you do have, if I do create these very silent moments, it's because of the noise outside. Right, now this eventually will get like a little bit of Posca. I'm just gonna complete it with this yellow that I got with the 035. And I do feel like his hat kind of looks very hatty. Looks very hatty. Yeah, I do feel like there's similarities. His is still a bit more... What is it? More brown? I'm just gonna see if I can figure that out. I feel like it's a brown ochre, which is this one. So I'm just gonna see what that does. feel like this is it. This might be the answer. Does look a bit more similar. Now again, I'm going to go for that ivory because I feel like that's just my best option. Because the white might just be a bit too, well, bright. It's too white. That's how I often feel with the Poscas, that the white is just sometimes a bit too white. Well, I feel like this kind of, yeah, that looks okay. Alright, now let's just see if we can get his hands and his face done as well, which is probably going to be roughly around the same colors that we used last time. So, cinnamon, although he has like this medium flesh, I feel like he should have that too. 131, which is now apparently coral, or it used to be coral and it's now medium flesh. I don't know. That is probably, yes, Venetian Red, which is definitely that one. And then he has some of that. I feel like it's either that or I'll go for both. I'll just first do like the nose. Yeah, we'll do that. So that very, yeah, dark orangey browny. Because it kind of goes like this. Especially over here. Can't really do anything about what's going on outside at the moment. I mean, I guess I could, but I think it wouldn't be smart-ish or something. It's almost like I live in some kind of ghetto. That is sanguine, yes, it is sanguine. Have that weird glitter on my fingers? Like, where did that come from? Probably from the sharpener. I still have like dirty hands from cleaning that too. Well, I did say I was cleaning it. I mean, no one asked for poop. Right, I'm going to go into that terracotta. Terracotta? Kata. Oh well. Not the first time I said that either. Yeah, again, I also spent some time editing. And I came across with a lot of pet words. Thinking, is that a pet word? I do that? See, now this, I mean, it doesn't really feel like I'm drawing. But I feel, you look at it different, and everything about this is drawing at the moment. Now, where else do we have this kind of, it's just the nose, isn't it? It's just here, nothing else, really. And I'm guessing Pompeian Red, which has a weird, but I mean, the point is weird, but I can use it. is the Venetian Red. Which one did I want to go for? Let me double check. Yes, Venetian. I said Pompeii because I actually saw that earlier when grabbing and distinctly thinking, I should not get that. Which then put it on my mind, of course. I might just turn it a bit too red, but I feel like, you know, in the reference it's more like brown, but I feel like he's grumpy enough as is. Alright, I'm just going to grab that happy, well, coral, 131, so this could be medium flesh. I don't know, it's one of those pencils that kind of depends on what set you have. Because apparently they like changing names. There's a little bit of a gray at that bottom, but walnut brown, which seems to be my best option. I'm not sure if it's going to be perfect, but well, it's going to be something. Might want to add a little bit to the nose as well. Very lightly, very, very, very lightly. Don't go too aggressive because walnut brown is very brown. Alright, and like there's like a shadowy bit over here. I'm going to want an even sharper point. That's a bit of a hook again, but that is okay. That is kind of what I need right now. So this line kind of, it seems to be continuing, even though it really kind of isn't. But this will do. I think this would look, well, for one, it does look better than a white line. I mean, his eyebrows might as well just go over that as well. I'm not sure if it's really all that effective, but I am trying anyways. Alright, now might as well just give that a go. This is probably the lightest color in his face though. So I don't know, I feel like I should just try and darken it with that pump paint. Ooh. See, skin colors is just not my thing, even though there's like a example. I mean, it's dwarves, it's not a portrait. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Kind of making it weird to color that. Because it is something that it isn't, if that makes sense. Right, that nose needs to be a bit more orangey. Careful not to go too much, because, you know, he's not a clown, clearly. Not a fun clown anyways. If he's a clown, then he is not a fun clown. No, I'm actually going for that 132. Oh my god, and I have like debris of the pencil sharpener everywhere. Debris, which kind of sounds like I killed it. I didn't. It seems to be disagreeing with me. Maybe I just have a knack for killing sharpeners. Could be. I don't forget that he also has hands, because I can just feel myself slowly going to be like, I want to wrap it up. It was kind of, well, I would say disorganized. The problem was I kind of tried to come in too organized, which basically meant that I had too much stuff lying around. Alright. Now, he actually has a bit of a line going around that nose, so let's just do that with this if I can. And I can. The top of the nose is going to be a bit of a different story. This kind of can go in that brown as well. Alright. At the top of the nose, I'm just going to see if I can sort of go over there with that cinnamon and get the effect I want, but I'm strongly thinking I can't. Right. Again, trying to keep my eye on the timer, which is useless with all the sharpener fixing that has been going on. I'm already not looking forward to editing this part. I feel like it's going to be quite a task. Right, I'm just going to grab... I'm not sure why I'm grabbing the eye for you. I feel like I could sort of... Yeah, I don't want to soften him. That's kind of... That's not who he is. He shouldn't be softened. He does kind of look... I feel like it looks okay, actually. It's not identical. It's a little bit darker down here, but... Well, at least he looks like a proper grumpy guy now. So for the hand, I'm just going to add a little bit of brown there, because I already added some brown, so I might as well continue. That's such a bad excuse to be using brown. Now back into that. I think sanguine, I'm going to definitely check and double check this area, because I feel like it's just mostly, it is actually mostly this color. So I'm going to have to be careful not to make it too orange, because then it kind of merge with the jacket, which is not exactly the look I'll be going for. It does make you really think about what colors actually go into what. And on the one hand, I'm all pro color your own thing. It's your page, your rules, but there's definitely something to be learned here. Unless you already have his style of coloring, then maybe not so much. I do feel like we are sort of getting somewhere. I mean, I'm not sure if I can actually do prep work for the next time, because I thought I was going to do that top right, so that'll be that, but over there. feel like that might actually be the way to go. Go a little lighter. And he has a bit of a marking going here, like shading. I'll just see if I can sort of get that in without making him look very weird. Alright, now here's that light one. So I'm going to do that here as well, just to top it all off, because I feel like I've gone into two different colors now. He's still a bit too bright, so I'm going to add that orangey sort of glow to him. Not everywhere, but we make him too colorful, we risk turning his frown upside down. That's not what we're here for. Alright, now his eye color is, well, I would say that it could be a very, very, very dark blue. I kind of have to keep that pupil in there, so let's just go sort of around it. You will hardly be able to see it, but does that actually show? Yeah, not one bit, but okay. That is okay. I mean, I'm just, yeah, I should probably color his eyes though. But let's just get in there with the ivory, I think. Not sure what I used on his eyes. I feel like it could be ash gray as well. I think it could be light beige with ash gray. Like a little bit of shading. And then the eye color. I'm not sure if you can even see that that's colored, but what it is. Alright, now that box is this still floating? Well, I kind of stopped floating. I'll just go in there one more time. Alright, then he has things going on. I feel like this is more an indication for a next time. Because I feel like I still have a lot to do around him, so I don't want to be adding too much light. I could just go over this with a Posca in the end. This is definitely a bright one. As is this right there. And basically the one on his knee is definitely bright too. I'm not really getting here anymore. I mean, I'm not sure why I even colored that because it's completely gone now. And this was somehow lit up as well. Then we get to his cheek, which I feel could better be done. The ivory. Yeah, I don't know, I should probably tap the nose a little bit. I'm not sure if I can do this lightly, so. It feels kind of okay. There's a little bit of a shimmer here. And then back to the white, because on his cheek he actually has a really nice shiny cheek. Alright, I feel that might be most of it, and he has a little thing on his hand as well. Alright, that is definitely all of them, I feel. Yes. So, I mean, I feel like Grumpy now looks nice. And Grumpy, can I get that in one? Hardly, but I mean, they do look evenly miserable. So I do feel like for the next time, he turned out actually rather good, I feel. Even the nose might be a little bit harsh, but those are usually things I come back to in like a next episode, kind of like what I did with this. Just sleep on it. Not that I did, but I don't know, I might actually have to go there to bring that slowly together. Now, whether I'm going to go there straight away on the next part, or maybe just do those steps, that is a question. Because I feel like this might actually be a rather large area that, yeah, I'm going to say I might be able to do that rather quick. But, I mean, color-wise, there's still so much going on, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing next time, because over here he's on the step, so I guess it does make sort of sense, but I'm not sure. So we have two more dwarfs that I might just stick to my original idea to just go from here back down, because I just can't pick what I want to do. And one dwarf is, well, I was going to say 2 hours, because that's really what my timer now says. Wait, well, in half a minute it's going to say 2 hours. So that gives you an idea, and gives myself an idea in editing how much time I spent on fixing a sharpener. But I mean, that thing, well, that took me, I don't know, because I'm not done editing yet. I should do a pop-up. So I think we should just get over there, because that light is going to be, it's going to take some time, so. But I'm just not sure at the moment. I might just feel different when I come back for, whoa, part 18. I mean, it is taking a while, but, I mean, just, I do feel like it is looking rather good. I mean, especially the dwarf part. I mean, I feel like if I wobble this enough, those boxes might tip over. I'm not sure how I managed to do that. I mean, I have been saying the whole time, like, I want to push things through the background and bring others to the front, so I guess I did that. But that is mostly because this is still a bit grainy. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like the paper is still somewhat coming through, where on the back it's been, well, it's less. So I feel like it's just, there's more streakiness, so it seems to have more texture. My nails are a complete disaster from fiddling with the sharpener, but because it has more, yeah, I'm gonna go with texture. Kind of pulls it to the front and everything else to the back. But so for the next time, I really have, I can't really say. I'm thinking over there, but it could be anything really. I'm really happy with how he turned out, though. It does look, can I get them in the same screen? They do look a bit equally miserable. Actually, kind of proud of that. Maybe not the highlight part, but I think he turned out better than Happy did. Oh, Happy didn't turn out bad either. Oh well. So yeah, for now, I mean, don't forget to like, and don't forget to subscribe, because, you know, we are still not done with this. Now, feel free to leave a comment with any questions or, well, feedback, whatever. Just, you know, same old, be gentle. So, for now, I'm just going to thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you for part 18. So, yeah, have a good one.